More drugs. I love drugs.
Welcome back to Mission 4 as the world's most dangerous spy, now officially on the big screen. We're in the home stretch of the DLC now. I craft some better ammo to help with the boss fight, and then immediately go test it on this tweaker.
On the way to Mobius's Forbidden Zone dome, I get ambushed as these Robo-Scorpions literally phase into existence in front of me. The new ammo does wonders for my damage output, but they're still annoying to kill. Old World Blues is definitely my least favorite DLC. It's funny, but after the 15th horde of Robo-Scorpions, it's pretty painful to play. Go here, fetch that, repeat. Nothing like the elegant and fun gameplay of New Vegas' best DLC. Dead money. Anyways, I kill even more Robo-Scorpions on my way to the dome before being gifted the pleasure of fighting the giant Robo-Scorpion, who, funny enough, was easily the least annoying one to kill. It actually went down pretty easily. Then it was Mobius's turn, but he sicked his stupid robots on me one last time before I finally put him down. I found a lot of Mentats in this guy's room. Anywho, I had a brief but strange conversation with my own brain, in which I destroyed him with facts and logic, lied to the idiot, and then reminisced with him about the tactile joys of firing lasers at people. A quick trip back to the think tank, and I indulged in that joy, blasting them with overcharge rounds. Sure, it's the easiest way to beat the DLC, and yeah, the story we're making is we're securing the facility for Mr. House, but honestly, I just wanted some catharsis. I really hate playing this DLC, man.
Then I portaled back to the Mojave. At least the reward for beating Old World Blues is easily the best out of any DLC. It's got the best player home in the game for a loot gremlin like me, because you can teleport to it any time while over encumbered. And it's got all those crafting amenities, including the ability to make stim packs, which I may have gone a teensy bit overboard with. I actually didn't know that until this playthrough. No plants are safe from me now. I stole an entire garden from North Vegas to process into stim packs. Anyways, I had a little bit of me time before House sent me on another errand, so I tried to solve my ammo problem. Unsuccessfully. Seriously. You'd think the Van Graffs, the only vendor of energy weapons in the entire Mojave, would have more than a few dozen rounds, but I guess not. I then went and tactically acquired a fine new addition to my collection, as well as the lair upgrades, both of which fuck pretty hard.
Just for shits and gigs, you know? Imagine you're just standing out there with your bros. It's nighttime, you know. You're just chilling, and then the guy next to you just evaporates.
Anyways, while I was wandering around the Wasteland, I also foresaw the future.
There's a more than zero chance, probably a pretty decent chance, I'm gonna get jumped by a Legion hit squad.
A few moments later.
The Kaiser has marked you.
See? What's up?
I also ran into these two aspiring young criminals. Probably not the best idea to go around announcing that they're criminals. Or to tell some random guy they're planning to knock off Mr. House.
Yeah, they didn't care for my advice.
Anyways, I left in peace. I'm not sure how these piles of ash got here.
I was almost done getting sidetracked at this point. Just had one more thing to do.
Okay, two things.
This is my last sidetrack mission before I go back to doing Mr. House's. I swear. I marked the thorn on the map. If you know, you know. But that's for much later. Back to Mr. House's stuff, and we've got a problem. Our sources are telling us there's radiation leaking into the water, and it's poisoning the NCR's crops. Seeing as how those will soon be our crops, I gotta go fix that. I make my way to the pump station and fix a terminal, which unfortunately only tells me what I already know. Jesus Christ, NCR, how are you a superpower? Also, I raid some desk jockey's hidden stash. I follow the water pipe for a while until I find an old vault built into the side of a mountain. Something tells me I found the source of the radiation. I obliterate a few generations of geckos with my new toy and then head into the vault. What I find is not great. It's radiated to hell and infested with feral ghouls. It's around this point I really started getting annoyed with the very hard difficulty. It's not really challenging, just really frustrating. Every enemy is a total bullet sponge. I went in with over 300 rounds from my rifle. Let's see how many I have at the end. Spoiler alert, like 70. I swim through freshly irradiated, century-old standing water to grab 2 passcodes. which grants me access to the Overseer's area, where I then fight more bullet sponges. These guys are tanking overcharge rounds like they're paintballs. Literally a few hundred rounds later, and I finally cleared out the bottom floor. Now I can go into the Overseer's office. And for the second time today, get a boss fight that's easier than the rest of the level. This guy's AI gets stuck behind his desk, and he's a free kill. I'm not complaining, Reaver's hit like a truck. It's here where I discover the source of the radiation is the vault melting down. So I pop down to the reactor level and seal the external vents, solving our radiation problem. I also sort of melted a family that had retreated into the reactor room when shit hit the fan in the vault, but who's keeping track? Headline is, our crops are safe. I also got into the vault's armory, which had enough weapons and ammo to feed a small army. This would be convenient, but between the Securitrons and the Van Graffs, I think we're good. I still lugged it all out of the vault, though. Then I sold it for a few thousand caps. The spy lifestyle isn't cheap, you know. And here's a perfect example of why the sink is the best player home. Over-encumbered with 500 pounds of other people's guns? No problem. Last item on House's docket for today is taking care of the NCR at Helios 1. As soon as I got there, I got jumped by another Legion hit squad. The NCR troopers there were great chaff, and I took care of the goody squad easily. So nice of Kaisar to send me all these donations. Anyways, after a brief chat with the most fantastic mind in the NCR, I was ready to wrap up this quest for Mr. House. And when I said I was going to take care of the NCR here, I really meant it. I fixed their solar grid and sent the power to the surrounding area. Now, Mr. House and I are aware of the Archimedes weapon system tied to this facility. A super weapon's nice and all, but if we're really gonna conquer the NCR, then industry is the name of the game. With this, we'll be able to build more Securitrons and arm more soldiers than they can deal with. Some people just wouldn't understand. I guess the peasants also get power too. Hooray for them! I was about to wrap up the stream when a viewer reminded me of Quartermaster Barden at Hoover Dam. He might sell energy weapon ammo. Let me tell you, I'm glad I checked, because I felt like a man looking at rain clouds after a drought. I bought out his whole stock. Twice.
Always nice to have a friend of the NCR around.
Oh, thank you, God.
Unfortunately for you. I guess I can make an exception.
Please, God. Please, God. Oh my God. He's got so much ballistic ammo. Please just have some energy cells, man. Please. Oh! Oh my God. Praise ammo Jesus. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Want to know what happens next? Like and subscribe!